everybody. Good to see everyone. Hello and welcome. I'm trying to adjust so I can see the blue wave here. So I want us to take a minute and celebrate all the blue. There we go. I did it. Yay. Welcome to Midlife Live. So happy that you can make it today. And I have picked a really good day to have the show. And little did I know, when Spirit had come to me and said that it was time to do a reading on the election of last year. And I posted that video for anybody who would like to see it. Just go to my YouTube homepage and you'll find it there. And I also wanted to do this follow-up today. And I thought, well, election day actually this year is on the 4th. And I heard from Spirit, no, the 5th. Do it on the actual election day. And now I know why. Because today we are celebrating a blue wave. And I'm wearing my California shirt because we are celebrating California passing Prop 50 and so many positive things to share. And I think that if we reflect back to how we were feeling a year ago today, on this day, and we take a look at how we are feeling now, I think last year it was a little bit of this. But this year, 1 year later, so I guess the point is what a difference a year makes. And so I want to thank all of you. And I see Blue Jean, I see Alessandra, I see Taurus and Crystal Blue and Sacred Key Codes and Linda and sweet darling Lulu and Lisa. Thank you all for being here and sharing this very first Midlife Live. So I will be taking questions. And I have my cards here, but also feel free if you have any thoughts or anything that you want to put in the chat about the reading or things that you are feeling today. So that's the nice thing that has come from all of this is we have community where we can come together on a historic day and say, hey, I'm so happy that we have each other. And I'm so happy that even though we had some difficult, to say the least, experiences this last year, the good that came out of it is all of us. So anyway, let's get started. Hello to Michelle and Yolanda, Lisa, Higher Realms, I'm probably going to say it wrong. Anyway, so let's step in to the first reading. And before we do, Candy, can I get you to jump out here? So I have some help today. And I want to say thank you to Candy for being behind the scenes and helping with the questions. And I'll also be calling her in today to read with me at the very end. And Candy is a very talented reader, Reiki master. She's got a lot of things that to share with us, but I'll have her behind the scenes until we get ready towards the end. So Candy, welcome. And what is your YouTube channel?
Candy Mullen.
Candy Mullen. It's so easy. It's so easy. Okay. All right. Well, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up, we got some questions that came from the comment section that I posted before. And so I'm going to start with those. And let's see, let's go with this one. This is a good question to start with because I usually will do an energies for the month. And this month instead, I did the election anniversary video, which was channeled messages from spirit, which is kind of that higher perspective of why things may have happened the way that they happen and what we should be focusing on now. But this is a good question about what energy we're feeling about November. And I don't know if everybody can already feel it, but boy, we're off to a good start. So the energy of November is that of engagement and amplification. And so engagement, and I think it's funny because when I heard engagement, they said both kinds. I said, okay. Engagement in people feeling more willing to engage with each other, to be willing to engage in the process that we're going through now, being willing to engage in maybe things they haven't tried before, and literally engagements. More people taking a chance on a relationship or friendships or love or whatever it is, people stepping out a little bit. And I did a video on the October energies where I said once we got past no kings, it was kind of going to be this unstoppable energy. And that, look for more of that. And then amplification. That was another word they gave me. And amplification means whatever you're feeling, you're going to feel it even more. And whether that's good or bad. But I'll share a little experience that maybe drives this point home. We're a little crazy in our household. We already put up our outdoor Christmas lights. I know. And when I went out to look at them, they're always beautiful every year, right? And when I went out to look at them, I started getting teary-eyed. And I thought, wow, this is a lot of emotion for Christmas lights. And I thought it has to do with the amplification of the emotion of the joy of this time of year. And so if you focus your energy on something like that, the joy, the gatherings, the new engagements that we're doing, you will feel even stronger joy with it. On the flip side, if we focus on the negative, it can be even more spiraling. So I guess the moral of the story is to focus on the things that give you joy, and that energy will be amplified. So I'm going to pull some cards on that too, to see what else Spirit has to say about the energy of November. Okay, so I got the Wheel of Fortune. There does feel like there is this shift now. And it's the end of October kind of started the feeling, and be prepared for more shifting going through for this month. Now, pay attention to things that the Emperor may do that might trigger you. For example, we had a really nice blue wave. Don't be surprised if maybe you wake up and the White House is now painted red. Okay? And acting out of it. And instead of being triggered, just say, you know what? Nothing that he does can affect me, because I am in the joy of the holidays, and paint is paint. Building materials are building materials. This is not for me to engage in. I'm engaging in this other energy instead. All right. Let's go to another question here. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Okay. Snap. So this is a really good question, and I'm going to read on it. And I think part of us being here a year later on the actual, the 5th instead of the 4th, is that there has been some learning about taking care of each other, taking care of our families, and taking care of our communities, and being less reliant on outside sources. And this is a really rough way to learn some of these lessons. But the energy behind this question is that no matter what happens with SNAP, community will step in. And part of what we're learning and growing through is that that community is really our safety net. So I'm going to pull another card on that. I am getting that there will be funding of this program. Will it be as much? Will it be up and down? It will be, yes, it will, because it will be kind of a spiteful thing. But again, know that there is help out there, that this is a temporary thing, and that we have the strength and the resources to get through it. Because really, we're going to be looking at what we need to do when things like this happen. If there's a shutdown, how do we get help? And a lot of us in the community are saying, you know what? I'm not going to just rely on the same thing anymore. It's been too frustrating. I have other things that I'm going to look at that will be helpful to get me through this time. So I feel there will be an up and down in regards to SNAP and to anything that is having to do with subsidies from the government. But that this is also part of where community bridges the gap. And I had a vision about November, and it showed waves, right? These waves coming in, and we'll have ups and downs. And when those waves were shown to me, I heard, keep your eyes on the horizon. That way, when there is this up and down with it, you're looking out at the horizon. Because if you don't want to get seasick, if you've ever been on a ship and you don't want to get seasick, you have to look out at the horizon. So keep that in mind, because where we're going is this will be worked out. It's just getting there. Okay. All right, Candy, did you want to post some questions from the chat? Okay. Why are cabinet members? Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Now, before I go into some of these questions, I would like to say that I have to be more cautious, as do a lot of readers, but for some reason, I think it's the smaller readers that have to. My last video, all the videos are read by AI now, and it had an AI interpretation on there that it was controversial content. And so some of the questions that are posted today, I may not be able to take, but I have decided that those I'll answer in a different way, perhaps a newsletter. So I will post up, before we're done here, my email. So if you're interested in some of the questions I can't take on YouTube at this time because of there was some issues on several things that I've done. So just bear with me. It's not I'm ignoring the questions. I just want to make sure that I'm able to answer and be here still. All right. So this one I am interested at looking at, though. And thank you for with putting in the questions too. Candy, are you able to make Blue Jean a moderator from here? Okay. All right. I'm saying hi to Anne and saying hi to Random and all right. And hi, John. Okay. 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 So why are they in the military housing? Well, I think they have some concern about government stability. So that is in their interpretation a safer place to be. They're also getting something that we may not be aware of from it. So it looks like there's several different reasons, and it may come out in the future. But I do feel that they feel it is a place that they're receiving protection. So protection. All right. Okay. How is it going, everybody? There's that new opportunity. Yeah, that's true, Michelle. Free rent. Yeah. How is it on the phones? The people who are using it. There's this. Considering I'm so low tech, usually I posted a high tech opportunity to see it on your cell phone versus on the computer and TV screen. So I'm curious, but Blue Jean, I'll hold my cards up closer. Okay. All right. You know, how will Mandami do? Fantastic. So are we asking how he will do now that he's in? Well, let's pull on him. Let's see now that he's in. I heard he's a force. He's a force. He has a lot of energy. And I'm picking up on him. You know that amplification that I just talked about? An amplification of his energy. So he's moving to smoother waters. I think this election process was very difficult. I think there was a lot of shenanigans going on behind the scenes, but I think now he feels like, oh, now I can focus. I'm moving to smoother waters. Hey, Marianne. Good to see you too. And Dreamweaver. Okay. So he gets the Magician. This guy is going to get some things done. He's not going to let the grass grow under his feet. He's a mover and a shaker. Okay. So I think he's going to do a lot, and I think he's going to move quickly. And let me pull. And I think we're going to be surprised, Two of Cups here, how well he works with others. I think people are going to find it hard not to like him. So I think he's going to do very well. And I think like I said, he's going to take advantage of the amplification energy. So that was a great question, Crystal. Thank you. All right. What is next? Talk about the opposite of that energy. You know, you have to ask yourself, what happens to someone to make them that way? I'm not saying we have empathy or anything, but you have to almost look at him as a case study of what happens that makes somebody live in that place of negativity and unhappiness. He uses it to shield himself, if he is focusing on inflicting pain, he doesn't have to focus on his personal pain, right? That doesn't make what he's doing right, but he will be in a place of amplified personal pain. And I don't know exactly what that means, but justice is coming for him. So it will be, and the world is going to go on. The world is going to go on, and people are going to engage with each other. And it's going to be a lesson about what we don't want. So that's what I get from him. Very sad individual. No, I can't on that one. Sorry, that one got me in trouble last time, guys. Oh, thank you, Light Seeker. Yeah, you know what? This is interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the shutdown. I feel scrambling now. I feel that what happened last night was everybody is like, you know, when you turn on a light and the cockroaches scramble? That I feel is what is happening right now. So some things are going to come to the surface about what happened with the shutdown and why it happened. A lot of blaming, you know, that type of thing. But I think that they're scrambling for a narrative. That there's no explaining the toxicity away. And so it may force the hand of those in power, because it just looks to have that, and then the party and all that. A lot of them are going to see the writing on the wall that they're going to be out in the cold if they don't do something. So yeah, I think that there will be an amplification of stepping up the timeline on this. So I think you may see some resolution coming sooner now. Okay. Hey, Alessandra. Okay. That's a really good question. And I've done a lot of videos. And for those of you that are new, I've done videos since right after the election on 2025 and or 2024. And I talked about what this president, what he is here for us. And I did a video that talked about the tower, pink elephants, and the id, and how this president brings out that primitive negativity, scary place that our lower vibrational energies tend to migrate to. And so he is shining a light on everything that we needed to see here in this country. The situation now with him is how much more do those who need to see before we unite again? Because this is about us getting back together. I know a lot of people felt this might be a separation, but I actually feel like this might be bringing us back together as a people, uniting under the things that we don't want. And he has certainly shown us a lot of things that we don't want. And last night I was up late scrolling, looking at after Gavin Newsom gave his speech, and I saw something that really gave me chills, and I have to share it. I saw people in the chat from the state of Texas going, "Hey, California, thank you. Thanks for, saving the day." And then I heard the Californians going, "Hey, Texas, you get us next time." And I thought, what other situation would we have the people that have been so polarized reaching out to each other? And that part made me the happiest. And then, Georgia was like, "Yeah, we did great too." And it was a bringing back together of the people that when we are united, when we are in that place where we step out of fear and we are no longer afraid and we engage with each other, then we're unstoppable. So what happens with him will happen the way it's supposed to. And he will go down in history as the turning point president for our country and how we shifted and the changes that came from it. So I think the situation, like I said, don't be surprised if you don't go out tomorrow and see the White House painted red with purple stripes or anything to get a reaction. We're still kind of in this pattern. But what's changed is the people. The people have stepped out and said, "It's just paint. We don't care. We're not afraid." So that was a great question. And if you want, I did a channeled message on that called the election anniversary. And it's on my homepage, Alessandra, if you want to look at that one, because I channel about it too. So, Candy. Oh, let's see. Do you want to read on this one with me? Did you want to pop in?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm looking to see if yes. Yeah. And I like this question, this comment here. Yeah. Okay. So this is a really great question. And I think it's something that we can both, Candy is a Reiki master, and she can offer us, some practical things that we can do too. But what we can do to keep ourselves in a higher vibrational energy during this time and out of fear, I think was a really good point, because when we step out of fear is when everything changes. When the larger community does that, then we have energy to focus in other areas. But did you want to pull some cards with me, Candy, on what you get on this?
Yep, let's do that. Let's do it.
It's so funny. I'm pulling the same cards pretty much that I pulled for the video that I just did. So I'll go first here on that.
Okay.
Right now. Okay. So I got this same card in the reading that I did in the last video. And this comes up because this is a woman out there banging her drum. She's in her power. She is enjoying herself, whether it's music, whether it's a spiritual work, whether she just likes to dance, I don't know. But being in that place of things that you like to do in your own power. stepping out of cocooning. Because when we step out of fear, we can come out of this place and realize that we're going to be okay, that there's a lot of us doing this right now, stepping out of the cocoon. And literally planting seeds, whether it's a garden, planting seeds of what we want to do spiritually, planting seeds of new business opportunities, planting seeds of something new. And I'm sorry, speaking of planting seeds, I'm sorry, my gardener is planting seeds of noise in the back. Okay, sorry. It's on point. We're maintaining the planting.
What is that?
All right, I'm going to mute it while you read. I'm so sorry, guys. That is. Let me see if I can mute. Okay.
No, that's okay. So you were talking about joy, right? I got the six of wands here, right? And that's about celebrating a victory, something that you've won. So when we stay enthusiastic and optimistic about things that we know that we can manage on our own, because I also pulled a manifestation card, right? You see a lot of light coming in, right? You bringing in more of the things that make us happy, so that we're sending those thoughts out into the universe. Because it was interesting, I also pulled the Tower card. When we are thinking thoughts that are of a lower vibration or a lower frequency, things start to kind of fall down, right? The tower, we have people falling, we have the base of this tower crumbling. So it's manifesting things that we want, things that we bring, that bring joy to us, right? What are we consuming? We want to be really careful about what we're consuming. And it was interesting because I also pulled the other card was whispers. What are we whispering to the universe? Right? Again, it's a card filled with light. So if we can fill our hearts with a lot of joy and engage in things that uplift us and make us happy and feel good, and that's what we want to project out into the universe. So I think pretty much in line with what you were talking about. Cindy. Yeah.
All right, he's okay. It's better now. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm going to add this here. I also would like to read on this with you. I think this one is really interesting.
Right.
Thank you for this one, Susie. Okay, I haven't read on this at all, and I don't know if you have read on this at the AiAtlas, or is it three? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look. I know there's been lots of chatter, and the good thing is I'm going in kind of blind because I haven't really looked at it.
I don't know, so if I step into the energy of it, it feels like it's shape-shifting.
Yeah, it does, doesn't
it? I don't know a lot about it either. I just see the word, the AiAtlas pop up, but I haven't done any research. I haven't read on it. Didn't do a lot of reading on it.
Well, I'm just hearing it's not what we think it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, because shape-shifting, right? It's just taking on some other forms.
Yeah, it's not what we think it is. Oh, okay. All right. So I get that everybody's really in their head, like, what is it? Everyone's trying to figure it out, right? There's lots of opinions on it. It's a really interesting topic. It is something that is either for the earth, observing the earth, benefiting the earth, has something to do with the earth. And I get the sun card, and I'm not sure if that means either we'll be enlightened to what it is, or if it's doing something positive with the sun rays or amplifying something. But at the base of the deck, I do get the Seven of Cups, illusion and delusion. So there is definitely a lot of different opinions out there. I'm not sure if we know exactly what it is, though. What do you get?
Funny, I got the Star card. something, I know, interesting, something that's out there, and it could be beneficial, but I think there's I think we're wishing that it's something that can be helpful, because then the other thing I have, and it possibly is awakening. So this is either awakening us to being more in tune of not allowing the delusion to lead us down a path, but check in with yourself. There's a lot of light coming in on this card again, a lot of light. So, and you had the sun card, which was interesting, right? So there's something that's going to be revealed, some information, more information coming, and it really could be something that we have no idea what it is, but we're wishing that it's something that can help, I think, humanity. Because it was interesting, I pulled the Divine Animals card from this deck. Again, there's a lot of light coming in. So does this have something to do with the animals or something more on the planet? So yeah, I think there's still a lot of mystery, a lot of unknown there, but it could be awakening people to not always believe what they're hearing, but check in with internally, what are they feeling?
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Now for this is an interesting one. The government. Now I know there was always was it Newark? Didn't Newark have to really shut down or really stop flights? I know one of them was stopping, really reducing flights on the airports.
Yeah, they had a lot of ATC that had called out.
Yeah. And so will it shut down altogether? I'm not feeling that, but I do feel like there's going to be so much pressure because we're going into the holidays. I don't know. I'll pull my cards and see what they say.
I get the number 2. I think two airports are going to be really affected, but I don't see a shutdown.
Yeah, I do see there's going to be some frustrations here. Like I booked this flight and now it's been canceled, now I have to book a different one or something like that. So I do see some frustrations coming from it, and maybe not liking the choices. Like, oh, I didn't want to leave on a Thursday, now I have to leave on a Friday, or something along those lines. But I still feel like we're going to be able to see each other and get together, and it's still going to be there will be holiday travel, but it's going to be frustrating. And I don't think that the airports will necessarily close, but they may not be very functional.
And I have the 3 of coins here. That's hard to see, I think. People coming together. I think people aren't going to allow that. I just feel like there's going to be some significant changes coming up that we're going to see a shift, I think, here shortly in the next couple of weeks. So it'll make like Thanksgiving a little bit more bearable, but there's still a lot of infighting, right? There's still a lot, because this is the 5 of Swords. So there's still a lot of battling going on, and it's kind of a brutal battle. But I get the Queen of Pentacles, like from a physical standpoint, I think we're going to be okay. Let me see what my Language of Light card says. There is only light. So I think we're, again, coming into, it's interesting because this whole deck is not filled with light, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of cards where a lot of light is breaking through and like breaking things down for us so that we can move forward in a more peaceful, uplifting way, have more hope. I see more hope coming in. That's the word I'm getting. And authentic truth. So I'm not getting that there's going to be any shutdown, but I do get the number 2. There may be a couple of airports that really struggle.
Yeah. And I think one of them is already, I think it's Newark is already struggling. Okay. And then This is a good one because there's definitely challenges on the horizon. Like I said, when we're going through all of this, we're going to keep our eyes on the horizon because we know we're going to a better place, and we're going to be in a position of going temporary. Just keep in mind, this is not forever. This is our bumpy road to our destination. But there are some people who may not be able to afford healthcare for a while. And that is why there are people in our community like Candy and other people that do Reiki and holistic options. There are a lot of options out there that maybe we would never find if we didn't step away for a minute from relying so much just on one type of healthcare. Like, yes, this works, but so does this. And we never even thought of this. And it wasn't until we had to look at different options that we found something that works even better. So I think this is a good one for anybody that has been interested. I think more and more things are going to, I'm hearing more things are going to come on our screens, our radar, our things where we're going to be going, maybe I should try more vitamin C. Like the other day, for whatever reason, I was at the store and I bought orange juice. I never buy orange juice. I just was craving orange juice. And I thought, you know what? Listen to your body. You want the orange juice, drink the orange juice. And I thought, you know what? I felt so much better. And I thought there was something in the orange juice that my body needed. I need to pay more attention. We don't always just have to, give our power away to somebody else to tell us what's wrong with us. We can also look inside and go, I think this is what I might need. So what did you get, Candy?
Yeah, here's something that you can do when you're out and you're trying to decide on a supplement or a vitamin or even a food, if it's right for you, is take it and I hold it just for like a few seconds and I put it in front of my heart. Now I'm standing both feet flat on the ground, probably right in front of the section where that lemon balm is or whatever it is. And it's in front of my heart. I tend to close my eyes and I see which way my body sways. Does it sway towards that supplement or vitamin? Does it sway back? And if I kind of tend, and it takes a little practice, if I move forward, then that tells me my body can use it. If I move back, it's moving away from it and I don't necessarily need it. So that's something that you can use to check in with yourself. And of course you can do the standard old, muscle testing if you need a product or you use your pendulum. So what I got was, we're going to start seeing more information. This is a swords card, right? This is the Knight of Swords, right? He's chaotic. He's that knight that comes in and, really shakes things up and is just going to barrel through. So there's going to be issues with the healthcare system, no doubt. There's going to be emotions running high with it, and they're going to want to continue doing things the old way, right? It's not going to work, right? So this soul tree. Now, I'm not reading these cards based on what their meanings mean. I check. I'm getting from this card again a lot of light, and these cards aren't all full of light. Soul tree, checking in with yourself. I was talking about just kind of standing there and keeping your feet flat on the ground, and which way are you moving toward, right? Just checking internally, going within. What does your body need? As Cindy mentioned, the orange juice was interesting. I know I'm kind of going through something right now. I'm going back to the medical medium books and I'm using acupuncture, and Cindy knows that I practice Reiki, and I know some of you in the chat know that I practice Reiki, and I've been amping up my Reiki practice to build my resilience, right? To stay calm, to make sure my thoughts and my actions are actions and thoughts that are positive going out into the universe. But these are things that I can do. Meditation, just a few minutes of meditation. Like I mentioned, acupuncture. I've gone back to my acupuncturist, and he's been doing some cupping, and it's been helping me feel better. I'm changing up my diet, or my nutrition, I should say, a bit. So there's a lot of things we can do to take care of our own health, because there are going to be changes within our health system. I can see that coming.
Yeah. So try not to get too much in your head about it. Try not to worry about it, because worry only makes us sick, right? Just know that that things will be handled. We'll be looking out into the future, looking ahead at what will make sense for us moving forward. What's a better way, maybe, to handle things that come up, and to find more balance in our bodies, balance in how we respond to illness or respond to stress. I think stress, I'm hearing stress a lot. If we can manage our stress, I think that helps quite a bit. So,
well, we're in a balanced state, we function better. That means when we're in a balanced state, we're not in the fight, flight, or freeze state, right? We're in the rest and digest. And that's when the body can start to heal itself. So it's really important. I'm going to play off of what Cindy just said, stress. When you're stressed, you can't heal, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not in a balanced state. The body is chaotic. It's in the fight, flight, or freeze state. And we can't heal. Pain, we can't heal, or we can't reduce the pain in the body. We can't reduce the anxiety. So it's going to be really important to start looking at other ways, talking to people and friends, and what supplements, within reason, what you can technically take is going to be important too. So there's a lot we can do, because I think their health system is, we're going to go through some major changes with our health systems.
Yes.
And it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. So anyway, I think on that note, is there one thing that I like this here? As we are kind of winding down for the day, take some time to focus on, like, I'm not a big baseball fan, guys, but my home team won, and so I had to celebrate that. And Californians came out yesterday, and so did New York, and so did everywhere came out yesterday. Taking some time to focus on those little victories that we have, because as we go through the ups and downs, keeping our eye on where we're heading and really leaning into that energy will help get us through this next month. Because let's amplify what we want, and let's engage with each other, like in that chat that I saw between all different states engaging with each other again. And it felt very hopeful. So
can I respond to a comment?
Yes, go right ahead.
It was Taurus 1647. There are some YouTubers, can I change it, that offer free distant Reiki sessions. If you go to my YouTube channel, which is Candy Mullen, I have a 30-day Reiki challenge. Now, if you've been initiated to practice Reiki, you're practicing Reiki. But it's still beneficial if you apply your hands, even though you're not a Reiki practitioner. We know hands-on healing is extremely beneficial. There's a lot of documented information around hands-on healing, or touch, I should say. So if you go to my channel, find the 30-day Reiki challenge. I published that over a year and a half ago, and I still get a lot of people viewing and comments on it. And it's a couple minutes each day. And that's where you start to build resilience. The more practice that you do builds off the previous day's practice. So it helps you to move towards a balanced state. When you're in a balanced state, the body can start to heal itself, and we become more resilient when, let's say, we're confronted with maybe an illness, or we have the flu, or we've had bad news, right? We respond better because we're calmer, we're more grounded, or more balanced.
Yeah. And yeah. And I think everybody be prepared for changes. Prices of the healthcare is already starting to go up. So I am going to put my email address up if you're interested in the newsletter of things that maybe we can't address here, or more information that you might be interested in getting from me. go ahead and drop me an email and I will add you to the list. And I think that's it for today. Unless, Candy, is there anything I missed or anything you wanted to cover before we let everybody get on with their days?
No, I think that was it. We took our final question, so.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's do this. I'll do this one real quick, and this will be the final question. A while back, I got this message of Back to the Future, and I was like, "What is this about? What is this about?" And this viewer here is bringing it up again, and I think that it's kind of coming full circle now with where our country is going back to the future, right? We're revisiting things that 250 years ago, we're revisiting those same questions about who we are as a country. And on election day, I think is the perfect time to take one more look about what is back to the future. I just one card for me.
Go ahead.
It's working together again. We're going to get back to working together again. What did you get?
I got remembrance. Remembering what wasn't working and how we move forward.
Yeah, and it's possible for us to go back to that. I really do. I feel the energy of everything happening is to bring us back together.
Yeah, bringing us back together, but remembering that what we don't want to be doing or where we don't want to be, but remembering the things that were very positive that came from, Back to the Future.
That's right. So let's everybody get on the train. Go back to the future. But I want to thank all of you for being here and all the great questions. And like I said, if you want more information, sign up for the newsletter. If you like to get a hold of Candy, she's got her information up here. And we'll be doing another community corner too, where we can learn more about what Candy does. But thank you, Candy, for jumping in today and reading on some of those things with me. And I will say a fond farewell to everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day. And thank you for joining us. And I think I've done pretty good today with all of the behind the scenes stuff. Thanks, Candy, for the help. And
You're welcome.
Let's rock and roll our way out, I guess. Oh, there we go. Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. And we will see you next time. And out we go. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.